Hello, tonight I want to record a video about how I used Genkit JS, Gemini 2.0 Flash, and Imagen 3 to build a Star Wars themed AI application. So this is the agenda of the video. Like first I want to show how to create a Google AI API key, install the necessary dependencies, define a tool to call Star Wars API to search characters by name. Then I define two flows to generate fictions and poster respectively. Next, I pass information to the action context to authorize flows. Next, deploy flows to an Express server as endpoints. Import my GitHub repo to Firebase Studio so that people who don't know how to code can use Firebase Studio to run the application. Finally, demo time. First, you go to aistudio.google.com/API key to create a new project if you haven't done so already. Then you choose an existing project to create a new API key. Then you copy the API key and save it in a safe place. You will need this API key in an environment variable in your Node.js project at a later time. First, you go to aistudio.google.com/API key to create a new project if you haven't done. So these are the dependencies I needed to build an AI application, Genkit AI/Express. This library is used to deploy flows to an Express server as post endpoints. Genkit AI/Google AI. This is a Google AI plugin of Genkit. This plugin offers Gemini 2.0 Flash models that I used to generate text for the fiction flow. The same model is also used to call tool to make requests to the Star Wars People API to get a list of characters by name, Google/Gen AI. This library is a workaround to allow me to generate posters. It is because Google AI plugin doesn't offer Imagen 3 model. Vertex AI plugin offers Imagen 3 models, but I couldn't get the plugin to work in my application. Whenever I tried to integrate the plugin with Genkit, I got an error. So Genkit provides the core functionalities to build the application. Genkit-CLI is the CLI of Genkit. The CLI allows commands to be executed in scripts in package.json. For example, this command watches and reloads source/index.txt to restart the application when code changes occur. These are the issues I'm currently facing in Genkit. First, I couldn't get human in the loop to work. The second issue is integration with Vertex AI plugin caused error. These are some of the resources I've read in order to build the Star Wars themed AI application: action context, creating flows, tool calling, authorization, Node.js deployment, and Imagen 3 prompt guide. I'm going to import my GitHub repo to Firebase Studio to run the application. So this is my GitHub repo. Click import repo, paste the URL, use the default workspace name. This is not a Flutter app. Click import. The import takes a while, so I'm going to pause the video and come back later. So I imported my GitHub repo to the Firebase Studio. When the Firebase Studio asks whether or not to generate the dev.nix files, always click yes to generate it. It is because we are going to use this file to set the environment variables. My application has two environment variables: Google Gen AI API key to set the Gemini API key. The second environment variable is mock image. When the value is true, the Imagen 3 model is not called to generate a poster to save money. When mock image equals false, the model is used to generate a poster and save the poster to a file in the project. So I'm going to pause the video to input my API key, which is a sensitive information. Okay, first let's export some environment variable and then run the application. Okay, export Google Gen AI API key, export Google, not Google, sorry, export mock image equal, no, it's okay. Export mock image, and then run npm run Genkit dev. Okay, the Genkit Developer UI is localhost 4000. When I click the link, the URL is a different string, but my application has launched successfully. In the dashboard, you see the tools that I wrote and the flows that I wrote for this application. So in this demo, I want to show people tool. This is a tool that make requests to the Star Wars people API to return a list of characters by name. For example, I want to find all the Skywalker in the movies. I received 3 items: Luke Skywalker, Anakin Skywalker, Shmi Skywalker, who is Anakin's mother and Luke's grandma. So let me show you the code. I forgot to mention what AI is. So in here, AI is the result of the Genkit function. So the Genkit function accepts an option. So the plugins is the plugins array has one plugin, which is the Google AI plugin. The default model is Gemini 2.0 Flash, and Gemini AI creates a Google Gen AI, and I need to use this Gemini AI tool called Imagen 3 to generate a poster. Okay, so back to people.tool.ts file. So people2 equals AI.defineTool. So the name of the tool is people2. The description is use this tool to perform a like search on Star Wars people and return the result in JSON format. So the input schema is an object with a name property, and the name input needs to have at least 2 characters. So the output schema is people schema. People schema is an array of person schema. A person schema is an object consists of name, gender, hair color, skin color, and eye color. I mean, it makes sense, right? You look at the output of the tool. Each item has 5 properties: name, gender, hair, skin color, and eye color. I mean, the object matches the schema in here, right? And then the tool actually calls the search people function. The search people function, right, makes a backend request to the Star Wars people API and search the people by the name and return an array of people. Okay, first let's export some environment variable and then run the application. Okay, export Google Gen AI API key, export Google, not Google, sorry, export mock. Next, I want to show the fiction flow where I provide the name input and ask Gemini 2.0 Flash to generate a Star Wars fiction for me. This is the name input. So let me type Skywalker. I got an error, which is expected. This is because I forgot to enter the authorization key. So let me provide the authorization key in the context JSON tab. So auth. So the context object has an auth object, and the auth object has a name property, and the value is rebellion. So press run. And this is the fiction. So yeah, Luke saw her shimmy, you save him, and then gazing at Anakin's spectral form beside her. Forgive me, you did, Father. Rested on Anakin. He came home and fade into the light. So this is the Star Wars fiction that the model generated. Yeah, it looks good to me. It looks logical. So this is the trace, the flow, and it calls the tools to find all the Skywalkers in the Star Wars People API, and then use these character to ask the model to write a Star Wars fiction. So let's go back to the code to see how it was done. Okay, this is no. Oh, this is the fiction flow. The name of the flow is fiction flow. The input schema is person input schema. So it is an object with a name that is a string. The output schema is a string. The stream schema is also a string. Context. So the context is used for authorization and security. I need to check that the context has an auth object, and the auth object has a name property, and the name property equals to rebellion. Otherwise, the request is rejected, and an error is thrown. And then search people by tool function is called. So this function basically asks the people tool to make a backend request to the Star Wars People API to return a list of characters. So this is a system prompt. You are a Star Wars expert who can search Star Wars people. You use the tool to perform a light search on names to find the name. So to find Skywalker. If there's no name found, return an empty array. If you don't know the answer, return an empty array and do not make up any character. So my prompt is, who has the name that includes Skywalker? So the tool calls the API to give me 3 objects: Luke Skywalker, Anakin Skywalker, and Shimmy Skywalker. Right? Then back to the flow. In here, the names are concatenated together to form a string. So in here, another call is made to the model to generate text. So you are a professional Star Wars writer who can write Star Wars fictions based on the characters. Please keep the story to maximum 500 characters. So my prompt is, write a Star Wars fiction about Luke Skywalker, Anakin Skywalker, Shimmy Skywalker. The output is text, right? I expect a string. So in here, I expect the output is long. So I want to receive the response in chunks, and then I send each chunk to the client side using the send chunk function. So I await response and get the entire story back and return the entire story or fiction back to the client side. Next, I want to demonstrate the poster flow where I use the Google AI library and use the Imagen 3 model to generate a poster for me. So poster flow. So let me input the authorization key. So auth name rebellion. Okay, input. Let's say Yoda, and click run. Come on. No generated image. Let's try again. Sometimes this happens. We run the request. Yep, and good things happen. So the name of the character is Yoda, and the file is saved in a people/image1.png. So go back here. A new folder is created. Okay. Oh my god, this is good. Wow, nice. So let's oh, this image is amazing. And the name is shown above the character. This is what I expect. Yeah, let me show you the code of the poster flow. So this is the poster flow. The input schema is the same. The output schema is an object with name and an array of file names. No stream schema because I didn't call AI dot generate stream in this flow. So stream schema is optional in this flow. So this is the name input, context, same, check the value of name is rebellion. Same here, like ask the people tool to find any character that includes Yoda. In this case, there's only one Yoda in the Star Wars movies. Okay. So if no character is found, throw an error. So if only one character is found, like in this case that there's only one Yoda, then that character is used to generate a poster. So let's look at the generate poster function. So in this case, first person is the object of Yoda. I ask the model to generate one image to save money. So this is the image prompt. So generate a poster of Yoda from Star Wars, who is, I don't know, who is. So what is the gender of Yoda? I want to know. A male. Oh, Yoda is a guy. Okay. So generate a poster of Yoda from Star Wars, who is a male. The eye color is God. So the eye color is brown. The skin color is green. The hair color is white. Okay. So the eye color is brown. The hair color is white, and the skin color is green. Include Yoda as the title of the poster and above the character. Oh, this line is so important. Like I updated this prompt iterative. At first the poster didn't have text. So I studied the Imagen 3 prompt guide and said include Yoda as the title of the poster. Okay. Then sometimes the text showed, sometimes the text didn't show, sometimes the text showed at the bottom of the image, sometimes the text showed below the chin of the character. So the placement of the text was not what I wanted. So I became more specific. Okay, include Yoda as the title of the poster and above the character. And then you saw what happened, right? Now Yoda, like, near the top of the poster. So prompt is very important. It makes your life miserable when the prompt's quality is poor. When the prompt's quality is decent, then decent result is returned. So okay, let's go back to the flow. So if there is more than one selection, then randomly select a character and generate a poster. So let's try the case. Let's try Skywalker. I don't know which Skywalker I will get back. Skywalker, okay. Security, so of name, rebellion. Okay, Skywalker. Come on. Oh, grandma. Shimi Skywalker. Well, grandma is very young. Okay. Hi. The last part is to show how to deploy the flows to an Express server as post endpoints. For this, I cannot use Firebase Studio. I must demonstrate it with my code in my VS Code editor. So open index.ts. Like, do you remember I installed Genkit AI/Express library at the beginning? So I imported start flow server that start the Express server for me, and with context provider that calls this context function to create a context provider and assign it to each of the flows. So in here, I start the Express server. In the option, I register the flows. So I have three flows: film characters flow, story flow, and poster flow. Each one of them needs a context for authorization. So with context provider, the flow, the context function, the port number is 3400, and I changes it to 5432 for fun. Course. This is an Express server, so it accepts any like course setup. In this case, I allow like any IP address to call these endpoints. I mean, this is a demo. I run these endpoints locally, so course origin start is okay. But if you want to deploy these flows in a production environment, please whitelist the IP addresses so that only maybe some IP address are allowed to call these flows to generate fictions and generate posters. Otherwise, your Google Cloud credits can run out very, very fast. This is the post request to generate Star Wars fiction. Localhost 5432, story flow metrics, the name of the flow. It is a post request. In the body, the name is data, and the input is name. So in here, I ask the tool to find all the Skywalkers for me. And then generate a fiction. So now go to localhost 4000. Now this is the trace that this endpoint triggered. Yep. This is the story, I think. Yes. And in the header, I forgot to show the header. I have a X name header, and the value is a rebellion. If I change from rebellion to rebellion 2 and try again. Yeah, an error occurred, which is expected. So let's go back to the original value. Try a different name. So no Skywalker. Which one should I use? Maybe Obi-Wan Kenobi. Okay, Obi-Wan and yada yada yada, and then go back to the trace. Okay, see, new input. The tools returned Obi-Wan Kenobi, and then Obi-Wan Kenobi, right, was used to generate a fiction, and yep. Okay, wait, where's the output? Da 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 da. Okay, yep, that's it. Done. So this is the video I want to do to demonstrate how I use Genkit JS, Imagen 3, and Gemini Flash 2.0 to create a Star Wars themed AI applications. I hope you like it. So this is actually a talk I am preparing for Build with AI Hong Kong next Friday. The talk is in Cantonese, but I want to do a rehearsal in English so people who don't understand my mother tongue can understand what I'm trying to do here. My mother tongue is Cantonese, not Mandarin, so please don't approach me and say ni hao or something. My brain will freeze when I hear it. So have a good Easter break, and I hope to see you guys soon.